The songs that my classmates and I used to sing and dance along. We watched this on our laptop. We download the videos. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to react to K-pop history in 20 minutes from SeoTaiji to BTS. This is from DKDK TV. Just letting you know guys that I've been into K-pop ever since I think Wonder Girls. I've seen it on a local TV station here in the Philippines, and then Sandara Park of 21 because of their song Fire, which I've also seen on that local TV channel. I became interested. So then after that one, I think around 2013, I started laying low on K-pop. Although I've been listening to like some new songs during like, I don't know, 2015, 2016, and watching K-dramas, but I do not have like a full knowledge of K-pop. So we will just get started right now.
There's one thing this video needs. K-pop! K-pop.
K-pop, 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 K-pop,
K-pop. K-pop.
K-pop, popular music originating in South Korea and encompassing a variety of styles. As you've seen, K-pop has grown exponentially. Everyone in the world, like it or not, must have seen a K-pop related video at least once, either if it's Gangnam Style or a BTS video or an annoying K-pop dancing meme on Twitter. But you might not be sure on what K-pop actually is and where and when it began.
Yes.
Well, it all comes down to a country called South Korea, a peninsula located in East Asia in between China and Japan. Korea was doing great with its kingdoms and dynasties for more than 4,000 years until 1910 to 1945 when Korea was colonized by Japan. And from 1950 to 1953, the Korean War happened, splitting Korea into North and South. Then Korea was stuck in the Cold War. Due to war and all, the economy wasn't that great. Thus, the music industry wasn't that public nor diverse. Well, Korea did have music like traditional sounds or Japanese-influenced trot. 1970s, economy got a little better. Jeans, acoustic guitars, young kids enjoying life, rock, folk music happened. But still, the government doesn't like too much freedom and creativity. They want you to work. 1980s, two words, folk songs and ballads. First, Korean ballads kick in. People like these dudes make ballad really popular. Legendary dudes like Choyong pop out, bands like Shinawi and pop out. People start listening to these dudes instead of these dudes. Until the 90s, Korea gets rich. No one's unemployed. People call it the miracle of Han River. Successful Olympics, CD distribution. Kids get to wear Nike shoes, buy music, go to concerts, clubs happen, dancing becomes a thing. Finally, the good old 90s arrived. Ding ding, hi, I'm K-pop. All these new genres start to bloom. Hip-hop, dance, R&B, soul, gospel, and of course the popularity of ballads and folk songs continue. Now, all these artists start writing their own songs. A lot of singer-songwriters appear like Shin Seung-won, Lee Seung-wan, Yoon Jong-shin, Jeolame, Toy, and more. Boom, March 1992, this dude named SeoTaiji appears out of nowhere. Well, actually, he was in the aforementioned rock band Shinawi as a bassist, though in the meantime he was doing his own thing and explores the world of media music, aka electronic, digital. He's also a born rebel.
So I was born in 1993. So this is probably the SeoTaiji that's on the title. So
he looks different. His crew dances like crazy. His band SeoTaiji and Kids released an album called SeoTaiji with a title song called I Know. They just sweep all the existing awards out there. Similar groups like Deuce might be competitors, but SeoTaiji and Kids and their songs and performances change everything. Critics claim 1992 is the most important year in Korean pop music history. He destroys genres like trot, ballad, and folk music. They released 4 albums afterwards until 1996. He mixes up hip-hop and traditional music and high rock. He also likes techno and even uses heavy metal rock and classroom idea of criticizing the Korean education system. And then the public suddenly tries to rewind the song and thinks he's Satan or gay. They keep on tackling social issues like reunification, environment, drugs, education. He's basically the Tupac of K-pop. Speaking of Tupac, he even touches gangster rap in his last album titled Come Back Home. And then they disband, more like disappear. Poof, yup, just like that, leaving one message: we've showed you everything we can try. Korea freaks out, the kids don't go to school, protest, attempt suicide. People say K-pop is dead. Well, false alarm. SeoTaiji and Kids might be gone, but their impact's still lives. Now, listening, radio equals lame. On the other hand, watching TV, performances, dance music, choreography, style, competition equals cool. Young teenage fans, official fan clubs, fan meetings, fanfics, passing fans, fan wars, capital, artist management. It was like a cult, and SeoTaiji and kids were their idol. On the side, the tornado dance from I Know was the first dance choreo that went viral. Now, corporates see money in K-pop and idol businesses. Samsung, Doosan, Hyundai, LG, Daewoo, Lotte all make their own record companies and labels. Competition begins. Huge investments flow from the mother company. Ambitious scouting, projects, new market, but no system yet. Expenses overissued, no transparency, business based on few inner circle connections. Result, obviously, all gone in a few years. Big failure. But then there's DSP. The founder, Lee had some actual experience managing big artists like Taejina, Yuhyul, Shimshin, and Sobangcha. Sobangcha was actually close to an idol group model way before SeoTaiji and Kids in 1987. However, their music was more trot-based and had very simple dances, thus not as impactful as an idol group like SeoTaiji and Kids. Anyways, Lee, who had the experience, makes his own label DSP in 1991. Wasn't really successful during the SeoTaiji era. Then in 1996, launches a group literally called Idol that initially had decent popularity, but gets demolished by SM Entertainment's HOT. 1996 and HOT debuts.
So, Entertainment really goes way back.
For rap, distinct fashion, and hairstyles. Criticizing the
Look
side,
at those
HOT is made by today's famous SM Entertainment. Founded by Izuman, in short, SM. Starts as SM Studio in 1989.
Sorry, I know SM, but I did not know that. So, like JYP, it's other name. And then YG also?
Then reforms into SM Entertainment in 1995. SM develops a systematic idol training system and earns huge success with HOT. DSP gets mad. 1997, they throw out Text Kiss. SM activates their trap card. Girl group SES debuts in December 1997. And then DSP says, well actually no, IMF says, everyone hold your fire. Korea will be entering the economic crisis. People lose jobs, businesses go bankrupt, half of the entertainment labels shut down, TV music programs get cancelled. People are struggling. They're jumping off bridges, so they aren't really cool or interested about idols. Well, 1998 comes. SM be like, the show must go on. Pops out Shinhwa. DSP says, hold my beer. We present you Finkel. At this point, SM and DSP is the Marvel in DC Comics of this era. HOT versus Text Kiss, SES versus Finkel, Shinhwa versus GOD. Well, GOD was actually produced by a third company called JYP and wasn't actually the typical dance idol group, but I'll get to that later. Each company and group shares the trophies and awards around music shows turn after turn, and of course on the way there were other groups like Baby Vox, Chakra, Cleo, and talented solo artists like Yoonjun, Parkji, and Lee Jung-yeon as well. Looking back, we now call this era the first generation of K-pop.
Oh, okay. This is the first generation of K-pop.
Meanwhile, you might be wondering whatever happened to SeoTaiji and the boys after they disbanded. I don't know about SeoTaiji himself, but one dude for sure was planning something. Yang Hyun-suk, who was the rapper and dancer of SeoTaiji and boys, was trying out his talent as a producer, but was kind of unlucky at the time. But anyways, opened up his own company, Hyun Label, in 1996, but kind of flopped with a group called Keepsakes. Then renames his company to MF Label and launches the hip-hop duo Jinushan. Jinushan surprisingly did pretty well, even though hip-hop was pretty new. Yang Hyun-suk was well known to have an influence and background in hip-hop dance and music. He was spotted in E-tail and dancing all the time before his debut dates. So this background and success with Jinushan led him to reform his company into YG Entertainment and launched another hip-hop group called One Time. First generation of K-pop was sparked by SeoTaiji and boys. Everything got systematic, like the trainee systems and all. Groups with crazy hair, crazy fashion, and dance music. K-pop still kind of strange.
Sorry for pausing a lot. So this is where like everything started. So that's really from SeoTaiji, okay, and then it sparked like the passion for K-pop in the first generation.
Strange, new, but popular to the public. Kind of trying to imitate American pop. While corporate-backed labels died with the IMF crisis, labels with professional music background become big, like DSP, SM, and YG. It was the opening, a door to a new era, to the 21st century. Second generation begins. Wait says 1.5 gen. On the conversion to second gen, there is a transition stage. Surprisingly, a lot of solo artists who sing ballads, R&B, and groups that do ballads or rock become super popular. Song Shikyung, Hisung, Vibe, MC The Max, Buzz, The Cross, BOS, SG Wannabe. Then where'd K-pop go? Well, many talented solos were there to bridge the transition. The famous Boa, known as Asia's Star, arguably the most successful solo female K-pop artist in history, from SM Entertainment. Got casted by Izuman himself and debuted at August 2000. Also debuted in Japan. Critics state Boa is one of the biggest contributors and pioneer in opening foreign markets for K-pop and SM. Boa gets to get all these first, youngest, most, blah 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 titles and rewrites K-pop history. Other solo solo artists also kept the K-pop flame burning with competitions such as Rain
Oh,
and
okay,
Seven.
Rain. Hold on. I know Rain because I've watched his series. It was very popular here in the Philippines when I was a kid. It's called Full House. So it was Full
Seven.
House.
Speaking of Rain, let's get back to JYP. Park Jin-young,
So
aka
he's under
JYP, is
JYP.
this dude that was active during the SeoTaiji era as well. Initially got refused numerous times from labels due to his weird face and body, but finally debuts in 1994 as a solo artist. The tale is,
JYP.
SM himself rejects JYP from an audition, but later asks in private just because he wants to buy songs JYP produced. JYP is extremely talented in dancing and also being sexy, which was a first for a male at that time. Won many number ones during the era, even with the competition with SeoTaiji and Kids. Became a singer-songwriter and producer and made hit songs like Honey and Swing Baby. With that experience, goes on as a producer, producing G.O.D, once called The Nations Group, and also excavates Park Ji-yoon, who sang Adult Ceremony, also produced by JYP. And in the midst of that, makes his own company, JYP Entertainment. Back to Rain. Rain was a backdancer of JYP and Park Ji-yoon.
Oh,
JYP
wow.
trained Rain and debuted him, also giving him many hit songs like How to Avoid the Sun and It's Raining. Boa from SM,
Crazy
Rain from
talented.
JYP, Seven from YG. This is when we start to see the three companies grow and become the now known big three of K-pop, SM, JYP, YG. Another fun fact about the 1.5 generation is that many solo artists tried their luck after disbanding from the first generation groups, like Kangta,
Interesting.
Hada, Okjuyeon, Eunjiwon. However, to be honest, their popularity wasn't like before. Except maybe Iori, former Finkel member that was least popular among the members, but suddenly pops up with a sexy solo debut and becomes Korea's diva. Finally, it's second gen. The idol
Second
groups
gen.
are back, and
Oh, this is generation I like first got into K-pop.
the public is used to the word idol.
Idol.
SM Entertainment introduces TVXQ in 2004. They get the Rookie Awards, actually all the awards. Gets a Daesang on their second debut year and gets a Grand Slam in 2006. Another Grand Slam in 2008. Oricon chart #1 in Japan. It's not a stretch to say they basically conquered Korea, Japan, and China. SM got rich. They make more groups like
Wow,
Super
okay.
Junior in 2005, Girls'
Yes.
Generation 2007, Shiny, and FX in 2009.
This is my era.
Super Junior becomes extremely popular with songs
Super
like Sorry
Junior.
Sorry in China and Southeast Asia. Girls' Generation becomes the nation's girl group with their stunning visuals and charmful songs like Kissing You
Oh,
and Baby Baby.
these
They don't
girls,
stop
I
in
love them.
Korea. They go off to conquer Japan with their songs G, Genie, and O. Bringing all those titles from Japan
Okay, hold on. Let me just pause because this are the songs that my classmates and I used to sing and dance along. We watched this on our laptop, we download the videos and play it in school.
charts and album sales.
Brings back
Shiny puts out
memories.
super addictive songs like Juliet, Ring Ding Dong, Lucifer, and achieves attention from mostly Japan and Southeast Asia, eventually touring all around these areas. FX shows the experimental side of SM.
These
they carry a unique
girls,
concept with all of their
so
songs with obscure
freestyle.
lyrics. Their unique electronic songs get very positive reactions from professional music critics. And note that we start to see non-Korean members, such as Victoria and Amber.
Amber.
With all these
Yeah.
groups, SM is now all over Asia. Now, SM might be big. No group could rival TVXQ, but here comes a big group. Big Bang.
Big Bang. Hold on. My cousin Victoria, she loves Big Bang so much.
Big Bang from YG Entertainment is a little different. Debuted in 2006 as 5 members from a real survival program conducted by Yang Eun-suk himself, Big Bang places its roots into hip-hop. 2007, they released their EP, Always, with the song Lies. This song was so big that it made them escalate to the top immediately.
Wow.
Then major hit songs after hit songs like Last Farewell, Haru Haru, Red Sunset make them the unquestionable #1 group in Korea. They go on doing solo work, Japan activities, world tours, sweep awards, pointless to list achievements. They go on
True.
further with a career
Kings.
with mega hits like Blue, Fantastic Baby, Loser, Baby, Bang Bang Bang. Big Bang becomes the most popular, influential, listened to group. No male group can rival them in the second gen except maybe
That's so
early
true.
TVXQ. The biggest point that differentiated them would be that the general public, including men, loved and sang most of their hit songs. Big Bang's leader G-Dragon produced most of these mega hit songs, not to mention his successful solo work, and lives as the biggest Korean fashion, music, and trend icon to this day. So who is
That's
Girls'
true.
Generation's rival then? In YG Entertainment, probably 21.
21. Oh my god. I have to pause again because, you know, I'm from the Philippines and Sandara was an actress and singer here in the Philippines before she trained in Korea.
Four-member
She
group.
was really huge here And then few years after she got out of the spotlight, and when I saw her on the local like channel, it's called Mix, where their song Fire debuted on Philippine television, and the face was familiar, but the aura is very different, because the Sandara we know is like very shy, and like she's like very jolly person, but not as, you know, the aura that she has with anyone that is like a fighter or somewhat like has a strong personality on the video. So I was really like, is this Sandara? I was having second thoughts, but later on confirmed that it's really her. Okay, I'll stop talking now.
Debuted in 2009 with a very different concept, strong female image. Releases mega
Yes.
hits like Fire, I Don't Care, Go Away, Lonely, I Am the Best. They
All
were the
of
best,
them.
ranked as one of the best K-pop groups of the past decade by Billboard, and a female group that finally offered an alternative concept from the
Look, I mean, CL, look at that.
traditional pretty cutesy
This-
girl group stereotype.
Nope.
Girls' Generation and 21 weren't rivals in style
Look at
because they
that.
were so different.
I love
However,
them
the
both
two
anyway.
groups
I
were
love them
huge
both.
and probably the
They've
most
got
successful
different
girl
genre.
groups in second-gen K-pop history. Speaking of girl groups, we have to go back to JYP because
Okay.
JYP is known as the girl group Royal Company. Wonder Girls is among one, debuted in 2007, put out
The
major hits
reason.
like Tell Me, So Hot, Nobody, which were all viral hits within the nation and Asia due to their simple and catchy point dances. In 2008,
Hold on, this is so true. Like their song Nobody, it was being used in political campaigns during this time, and until now it's still a hit. Like everyone knows this song.
Haiwan Seoul Music Awards, they received their first Daesang as a girl group, competing with Big Bang and TVX2. Before Girls' Generation got extremely popular, they had the nation's girl group title in 2007 to
Yes.
2008. Their style was distinct compared to Girls' Generation in 21
Look
because
at
it was
those
mostly retro
outfits.
pop or electro funk. Wonder Girls were the first to appear on an American TV show, showing the possibilities of expansion of K-pop to the West. Nobody was the first K-pop song to enter the Billboard Top 100 chart. On the other hand, JYP puts out boy groups such as 2PM and 2AM, who respectively have the Monster Idol and
Good
Ballad
looking
Prince
guys.
concept. 2PM does especially well with hit songs like 10 out of 10, Again and Again, and Heartbeat, also becoming a sensation in Korea and Japan. Here we see Nickun, a member of 2PM from Thailand, showing that K-pop is surely expanding beyond China and Japan. Now, it would be safe to say that the second gen of K-pop was led by the mentioned groups. There are other groups such as 4 Minute who made a strong impact and shift on the concept of girl groups. Then there was Caught Up, produced by DSP, and were known as big competitors to the Wonder Girls and Girls' Generation. Japan went crazy over them. Everyone knew their
I've
songs
heard
and
of these
choreographies
girls.
like Step and Mr. Now, can we move on to third gen? Well, maybe yes or maybe no. Some people draw the line by 10 years, as in 2000 to 2010. Some experts draw the line by sudden inflation and saturation of groups. A lot of groups start to pop up, like Beast and Black C, Blue B1A from Block B,
CNB.
B2B, VIX, Infinite Teen Top,
Lots
US,
of
and more.
them.
For girl groups,
That
Amber,
was
Sierra,
fast.
Rainbow Secret, Missing, 9 Years, Girls' Day, Sister,
Hey.
APEC, ESID, AOA, and more.
Yes.
So the groups that
Yes.
debuted in the late 2000s and early 2010s are tricky to categorize.
Plus, from this point on, please don't hate me for not going in depth on every single group or missing some of them, because
No
that would
hate.
change the title of this video to K-pop
That's
history extended
true.
200 minutes.
But if we were to say there was a dominant group of this transition era, it's EXO. EXO debuts in 2012 in two groups, EXO-M and EXO-K. Another experimental
Okay, so like I know few EXO songs, and way back I think 20, so it was 2012, right? 2012, we're still in the SNSD and 21 era, my friends and I. So I have not really heard of EXO. I graduated around 2013 from college, so no one was keeping me updated on like the new K-pop stuff. So I have not actually followed EXO. So this one is interesting. So now I know that there are two groups in China and Korea. My friends explained this to me, but this one is more visual, so I can understand this one more.
pros from SM trying to divide and expand markets. Anyways, EXO wins, tops, and grows. China is basically EXO's. EXO
True, even in the Philippines, they've got a lot of fans. EXO got a lot of fans. Like my friends on Facebook and Twitter, they are super fans.
EXO has the biggest and also most notorious fandom in Korea. That's how much people love EXO.
Yes.
They put out hit after hits like Growl, Overdose, Call Me Baby, Monster, Loto. Their only rival might be the still yet hugely successful Big Bang. And then they slowly opened the doors to third gen. Now these are some of the characteristics of the third generation of K-pop. 1. Mass inflation and red ocean of idols, saturated market. 2. Globalization as a norm, catching the global audience is a must. 3. Idol audition survival programs. Because of the red ocean of idols, naturally the mass public begins to dislike K-pop idols due to lack of creativity, overlapping concepts, and exhaustion of idol music. This is when the public starts to divide the term idol with artist. Many major TV audition programs become popular looking for real talented singers and vocals rather than visually appealing dance-based idols that only get to sing a few seconds in one song. Well, this is what the public thought at that time. I know there are exceptions among idols too. Oh yeah, in the meantime, in 2012, the worldwide viral hit Size Gangnam Style happened, getting the once most viewed video on the planet. Thanks to its addictive, hilarious
This is
dance
a worldwide
and beat. It got a
hit.
number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. This was basically the first time that the
You're
entire
dancing into
world
this.
notices a country called South Korea and K-pop without having to mention nukes and this dude. And that's North Korea, by the way. In the third gen, despite the influx of idol groups, the only ones that survive are groups that have amazing music quality or musical talent or something different. Because the Korean market is so small and saturated, it now becomes a norm to have at least more than one global English-speaking member in the group. This member usually is in charge of speaking during
BTS,
overseas interviews and tours. Not only member-wise, but marketing and music-wise, the attempts become more globalized too, testing out new markets such as South America. In the meantime, the public and entertainment companies want a system to get the best quality idols out there, and that is by following the TV trend, by making TV audition survival programs with worldwide contestants. This system allows idols to gain publicity even before debut, and also verify popularity and talent. Although audition programs such as Produce 101 to Produce X have been extremely popular, it got caught in a corruption and manipulation issue recently, which likely put out the credibility and support towards these survival programs. Now, to name a few groups that are leading the third generation currently, definitely the girl group Trinity, Twice, Blackpink, Red Velvet. JYP's
I love them all. I love them all.
girl group
I
Twice
go
has
crazy
earned
for
the
these
Acid
girls.
Nation's girl group title since Girls' Generation, along with major hit
Yes.
songs that dominated Korea and Japan mostly, like Cheer Up, TT, Knock Knock, Likey, and Fancy. Interestingly, these girls were also a result of an audition program called 16. YG's girl group Blackpink has the record of most YouTube views, 56.7 million in 24 hours, with its Kill This Love music video topping Ariana Grande. Their music videos have this
I can't wait for their comeback.
much views each, which saves my time on trying to explain and prove their popularity. Also, they're the highest charting female K-pop group on Billboard Hot 100 and 200, plus they had an epic stage at Coachella too. SM girl group Red Velvet might not be as big as the former two in size,
Just
but
Red
is
Velvet.
always praised by the public and critics for their unique sound and
They brought
high-quality
different
songs. Time
genre
magazine
from
has
the
highlighted
other
their
girls.
versatile musical
Look
style
at
and named them as one of the
Irene,
best
so
K-pop groups.
pretty.
Billboard agreed too in 2019. Fun fact, Red Velvet was the first K-pop group to perform in North Korea, and Kim Jong-un adjusted the schedule to go see them. Now let's not try to leave out many other talented, hard-working girl groups such as Mamamoo, Momoland, Luna,
yes,
IZ*ONE,
yes.
G-Idol, CLC, Dreamcatcher, G-Friend, Lovelyz, Oh My Girl, Ujusonyo, Kowonsonyo, Everglow, Wiki Mickey, and more. As for boy groups, it's hard to pick a definitive popularity or impact, but just to name a few, 17, NCT GOT7, Winner, iKON, Monsta X, AT, Stray Kids are definitely the biggest and most popular globally. Most of these groups actively go on world tours and appear on Western
Yeah, because
TV
a lot
shows
of, like,
nowadays.
K-pop
And then
fans
there are
are
groups
so
such
into
as
these boys.
BB, Impact, Victon, Astro, Pentagon, SF9, The Boys, Ace, JBJ, Golden Child, Intuit, UMB, Very, Once, and more. So, many girl groups, boy groups, mixed groups, new global audience, thus various music styles as well. You name it, K-pop has it.
We are blessed with this music and talented people.
Oh, you don't like groups? Super produced modern electronic music? Maybe try IU out.
Okay, not expect, because I thought this is like the groups, but you can't talk about K-pop without mentioning IU. So kudos to DKDK TV. I love
She's Korea's
this
nation.
girl. Because as you know, I've been reacting a lot to IU these days. I've also been listening to her music. I've heard of her music ever since, like, I've seen her ever since Dream High, but I've recently just, discovered more about her. She is extremely talented.
Sister and also nation's singer. Been around since 2008 with numerous ballad and K-pop hit songs. Single-handedly has the popularity equivalent to K-pop's biggest idols. Then there's K-hip-hop R&B.
Just her. She's a
A whole
queen.
scene of its own. Maybe check out Zico, who has an overlap background with K-pop. Then there's rock. Maybe check out bands like Day6 and Flying the Rose and more. So, So, it's already 2020, technically 10 years have passed again, and the line is blurring between 3rd gen and 4th gen. Then what would be the standards of dividing the generations? I can't be the one deciding, but just to add my personal 2 cents, maybe the line could be drawn by observing groups that start off already with a bigger fandom globally rather than domestically in Korea, from the pre-debut and rookie phase. In short, maybe no more validation or dependence from Korean fans needed, or there's an alternative view of simply drawing the line by post-BTS. And yes, I know y'all are screaming, what, not a single mention of BTS until now, but hold on a little bit more, I have a whole big thing for you. Well, anyways, this whole generation dividing process is a whole debate subject of its own, so let's just leave it there and throw it to the comment section. Finally, there is one group that needs a thorough separate section in K-pop history, and it is BTS. BTS started off from a small company called Big Hit under the producer named Bang Si-hyuk, who was a former colleague and good friend to JYP, but split paths to make his own company. Bang Si-hyuk gathered 7 members originally in...
Hold on. Sorry, I just get really excited when people start talking about BTS.
plans to make a hip-hop group. However, the concept and musical style diversified over the years. BTS didn't gain much attention during their first years, often getting mocked by their group name that means Bulletproof Boy Scouts, and apparently some or many people thought their appearances were unpretty. However, BTS differentiated themselves with other idols by speaking about the unspoken in their lyrics, such as mental health, youth problems, social issues, and the journey towards loving oneself. BTS also made their own universe and story in their music videos. They made moderate success until they got mainstream with their songs like I Need You, Dope, Save Me, and Fire. After that, every move they made pretty much became history. They topped the Billboard 200 charts 4 times in a row alongside the Beatles, appeared on multiple major American TV shows, got awarded by the Billboard Music Awards, AMAs multiple times, did a Grammys act, did a UN speech, did a cover of Times, had stadium world tours including Wembley and Saudi Arabia, sold over 20 million cumulative albums to this date. BTS has become so big that they become expressed as the BTS or Korean invasion, just like the British invasion from the Beatles by multiple critics and journalists. Many point out that it's even more significant regarding the fact that BTS's music and lyrics were not in English but in Korean. Also started off as underdogs in the K-pop industry itself, struggling without the support of big capital nor media. In the meantime, there might have been attempts to compete with BTS, for example, SM making their own Avengers by combining members from existing successful groups like SHINee, EXO, NCT into a collaborative single group called Super M.
Okay. So this is Super M. Hold on. Let me just process this one. So this is what my friends are talking about. That is why there are members of from EXO that are in Super M. I was so confused what was Super M. I thought it's like the another name for EXO. So this is like a combination of, hold on, second, third generation, and maybe fourth generation?
Did get a #1 on Billboard 200, but many people criticized the method of bundling issues in the process. However, industry-wise, it was a fresh attempt that never happened in K-pop history, trying to officially combine members from different groups into one with an agenda to make success in the American or global market. And it is these new attempts that fuel K-pop to go further on. Anyways, back to BTS, it's not an overstatement to say that BTS is probably bigger than all of K-pop combined at this point. However, from SeoTaiji to BTS, many groups existed, and every time records were broken, people were surprised. Back then, no one imagined anything bigger than TVXQ, Girls' Generation, Big Bang, EXO, Gangnam Style. But here we are, K-pop is still evolving, but the market is getting bigger and it's becoming more well-known all around the world. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens in the future of K-pop. Will it just disappear as a trend or get even bigger, like it always has?
That was a really informative video. I feel like I've been through like the stages or the generations of K-pop because of this video. It's really informative for me. My ignorance has been slowly fading away, I guess. This is a really good explanation. I'm so amazed by that one. Wow. Then of course the last part where my boys came in, BTS, I've kind of like, I almost like got teary because, you know, from the success that they're making. Who would have thought, like, these boys, they are not even that, they did not made a huge hype on the audiences, and then 7 years later they are taking the world by storm. Like, people even say that BTS has their own genre. Like, it's no longer K-pop, it's bigger than K-pop. It's amazing. Like, okay. That was a really, really nice video, and I am glad I found this one. That would be all, guys, for today, and this is a long video, so if you have stayed here with me until the end of this video, thank you so much. And if you want to subscribe, please subscribe to my channel. I almost I upload almost every day with K-pop contents. And so yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys soon.